Welcome to welcome to this live telecast, guys. Welcome to Ask MBA. In today's live, we are going to solve questions on ZAT question. We are going to solve questions for ZAT or of ZAT. Let's see. And I'm pretty sure after this session, you will be getting a clarity how to approach the questions and how it's going to be done. And let's get it started. One second, guys. Let me get the questions here for you. So now before we start getting the questions done, I want to ask you and I want to tell you that, guys, you can attempt all the questions of ZAT examination if you have the right approach. If you know how to approach a particular question, easily you can get the questions done. Okay, so let me share the screen with you guys in a while and you will be getting it. Yes, here you go. Now I'm sure you guys can hear me and it is there. And let's get it started. Now, guys, first thing first, so we are going to solve ZAT examination questions. And what I have done is I have got the exact questions which were asked in ZAT examination for you guys so that you do not have to go anywhere else. You do not have to run anywhere else. मैंने सोचा कि the best way to solve questions and the best way to understand ZAT examination VALR section is by solving the exact questions. So let's get started. रात काफी हो चुकी है. ZAT examination सर पे है. So let's get started. So guys, this is the first question which was asked in the examination and it's mentioned that read the following sentences carefully. Now understand what they want you to do in this kind of question and I will also give you the approach. Everybody accepts his responsibility. Nobody in that group have their reports up to date as they should have. Either of the boys is acceptable to do the errands. Both of the mice is underfed. It is I who am next. The teacher told he and I to leave early. Now, what you have to do is understand here it is mentioned that you have to, it is very simple what it is asking you to do. You have to grammatically correct. You have to find the group of sentences that is grammatically correct. मतलब मुझे इन ऑप्शंस में से समझो ये ए ऑप्शन है, ये बी है, सी है, डी है और ई है, मुझे वो वाला ऑप्शन चूज करना है जो आंसर राइट है. राइट, सो हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू डू दैट? इट्स वेरी सिंपल एंड वेरी इजी. I will figure out which sentence I know whether it's grammatically incorrect or correct. अगर मुझे ए बी सी डी ई एफ में से अगर एक सेंटेंस के बारे में भी पता चलता है कि वो राइट है या रॉन्ग है तो उस हिसाब से मैं ऑप्शंस एलिमिनेट कर सकता हूँ. हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू बी डन, आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू. नाउ जस्ट बी विद मी. तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम देखेंगे. वन सेकेंड ना गाइस. या सो हम सबसे पहले क्या देखेंगे कि व्हाट इट इज मेंशन हियर. इट इज मेंशन दैट, एक सेकेंड ना. या now it is mentioned that auto minimize. I have to auto minimize. Yeah. Let's read the first sentence. It is mentioned that everybody accepts his responsibilities. Now, लोगों को लगेगा कि everybody है, accepts है, his responsibility. तो ये subject verb agreement का rule है कि everybody takes the singular verb form. So everybody accepts his responsibilities or everyone accept his or her. It is a noun or a pronoun. Actually, it's a pronoun that accept both the stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead with it. Nobody in that group have their reports up to date. Nobody in that group have their reports up to date as they should have. Either of the boys is acceptable to do the errands. Both of the mice is underfed. It is I who am next. And then the teacher told he and I to leave early. तो आपको क्या लगता है? What you feel? Which question or which sentence out of A, B, C, D, E, F is grammatically incorrect? फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि यार मेरा सेंटेंस एफ जो है वो ग्रामेटिकली इनकरेक्ट है. द टीचर टोल्ड ही एंड आई टू लीव अर्ली. द टीचर टोल्ड ही, द टीचर टोल्ड हिम एंड आई. द टीचर टोल्ड हिम एंड आई होना चाहिए कि द टीचर टोल्ड ही एंड आई, हिम एंड आई टू लीव अर्ली. or he and me to leave early. What do you think? Now this is subject and object का केस है, डायरेक्ट स्पीच, इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच, एक्टिव वॉइस पैसिव वॉइस वाले फंडे हैं. सो आई गिव यू सम टाइम टू फिगर आउट कि ABCDEF में से कौन सा सेंटेंस आपको या तो इनकरेक्ट लगता है या तो करेक्ट लगता है. अगर आपको लगता है कि सेंटेंस F इनकरेक्ट है, जो यस इनकरेक्ट है, सेंटेंस F जो है वो मेरा इनकरेक्ट है, तो अगर मेरा सेंटेंस F इनकरेक्ट है तो जिस जिस ऑप्शन में F है वो एलिमिनेट हो जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये वाला ऑप्शन चला गया, ये वाला ऑप्शन भी चला गया और ये वाला ऑप्शन भी चला गया. सो ऑप्शन बी इज गॉन, ऑप्शन सी इज गॉन एंड ऑप्शन ई इज ऑल्सो गॉन. अब या तो मेरा आंसर ऑप्शन ए होना चाहिए या तो मेरा आंसर ऑप्शन डी होना चाहिए. अब ए सी ई है और एक में बी सी डी है, तो इतना तो है कि सी फिक्स है. अब मुझे पता करना है बी डी ए ई. अगर एक भी सेंटेंस मुझे पता चल जाता है कि राइट है या इनकरेक्ट है, तो उस तरीके से मैं ऑप्शंस एलिमिनेट कर सकता हूं. Which of the following combination has all the sentences grammatically correct? So A C E होगा कि B C D होगा. अब now guys, of course I cannot teach you grammar in a short while. You guys got examination in few days, so of course most of the students they have attempted many other examination, SNAP and MAT. Maybe in Maharashtra you are preparing for CET CAT, तो दिया ही होगा. So you understand that I cannot explain you grammar in a while at this moment, and also it won't make sense. But एक चीज तो क्लियर होती है कि मैं आपको अप्रोच दे सकता हूँ और ऑफ कोर्स आगे के क्वेश्चन में भी हम ऐसा करेंगे, आपको एक आइडिया मिलेगा. बट एक टिप देता हूँ, ऐसे टाइप के सिचुएशन में जो सेंटेंस आपको लगता है ग्रामेटिकली करेक्ट है, एक्चुअली वही ग्रामेटिकली इनकरेक्ट होता है. व्हाई? बिकॉज एज वी इंडियंस इन स्पीक और यूज इनकरेक्ट इंग्लिश, even the examiner is also an Indian, and examiner knows that what all commonly done errors we all do without even realizing that mistake. तो यहाँ पे आंसर जो है वो ऑप्शन ए है. I want you guys to give me the reason in the comment section box with that why you feel that option uh, A is the answer. One second, guys. So if you can figure that out, please do that. Let's go to the next question. Good evening, Rishi. Harsha, you were there close, almost there. So let's understand this question. Again, पहले वाले क्वेश्चन में मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको एक टिप दी हुई है. अगर आपको सिर्फ एक या दो सेंटेंस समझने की क्या करेक्ट है क्या इनकरेक्ट है. अगर 5 सेंटेंस में से अगर एक सेंटेंस भी आप पकड़ लेते हो कि ग्रामेटिकली वो राइट है या इनकरेक्ट है, then you can eliminate the options and then it becomes easy. So this is how you approach this kind of question which will be there in the XAT examination. Now coming on to the next question. Read the following statement carefully and fill up the blanks from the given options. Now, if you are attempting XAT examination, this is the question which you must do. As dash evolved and eventually moved to cities, close proximity dash, how we viewed and assessed each dash. Now, guys, these kind of questions are also asked in CET examination. Of course, the intensity is not that severe the way it is going to be in this exam. So how we do it, we try to first read the sentence. If you get this kind of question, which of course you will, when you're going to get this kind of question in the examination, try to read the sentence, understand the meaning, try to understand the meaning of the sentence, and then फिगर आउट कि कौन से ब्लैंक में कौन सा वर्ड बैठेगा. जो वो वर्ड बैठेगा, नहीं बैठा वो ऑप्शन गया. दूसरा देखा, दूसरे ब्लैंक में दूसरा वर्ड बैठ रहा है, ठीक है. तीसरा बैठ रहा है, नहीं लग रहा, आगे जाएंगे. सो दैट इज हाउ यू एलिमिनेट द ऑप्शंस. यू यूज द ऑप्शंस टू गेट द राइट आंसर. ऑफ कोर्स गाइस, मैं ग्रामर आपको एक दिन में नहीं पढ़ा सकता और डेफिनेटली 1 घंटे में तो बिल्कुल नहीं, या आधे घंटे में तो बिल्कुल नहीं. तो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड हाउ दिस क्वेश्चन इज डन. क्या होगा यहाँ पे, इसको समझ लो. हम ऑप्शन ए है, दिस इज ऑप्शन बी, दिस इज ऑप्शन सी, दिस इज ऑप्शन डी एंड दिस इज ऑप्शन ई. As dash evolved, as people evolved and eventually moved to cities, close proximity helped how we viewed and assessed each nation. Are we talking about that? Maybe the word is, maybe it is grammatically correct, but as per the context it is not. अब एक और चीज एग्जैक्ट एग्जामिनेशन के वर्बल सेक्शन में क्या होती है कि वो आपको एक ऐसा सेंटेंस देगा जिसपे जो वर्ड्स है वो ग्रामेटिकली मे बी दे आर फिटिंग इन, बट the context, the meaning of that sentence is not making utmost sense, right? For example, I give this example to my students whenever I teach offline. Prepositions, when I'm teaching them preposition, that I am with you, I am on you, I am in you. Now it's quite vulgar, but understand these three prepositions, with, on, in, all three sentences are grammatically right, but the context, the meaning is not maybe appropriate. So you need to figure out which word is making, or what all words, the combination of words making the sentence or the meaning of the sentence or the context sensible. So what is it? People helped nation as people evolved and eventually moved. ठीक है, वो पढ़ लिया. As lives evolved and eventually moved to cities, close proximity destroyed how we. Close proximity destroyed, यार ये तो आंसर नहीं लग रहा. तो ये तो होगा नहीं. ये तो पढ़ के ही पता चल रहा है कि यार ये मेरा आंसर नहीं होगा. So option B is gone. Then we check the C1. As civilizations evolved and eventually moved to cities, close proximity enhanced how we view and assessed each situation. Each situation. Okay. As generations evolved, and now I'm reading the D sentence, as generations evolved and eventually moved to cities, close proximity changed how we close proximity changed how we viewed and assessed each other. Now definitely D sounds and looks better than C. As culture helped, as culture, as generations evolved and eventually moved to cities, close proximities changed how we viewed and assessed each other. ये सबसे बेस्ट लग रहा है अब तक. ये इससे भी बेटर लग रहा है. डेफिनेटली इट इज बेटर देन सी, तो ये बेस्ट लग ही रहा है. एज कल्चर इवॉल्व, proximity helped how we viewed and assessed each life. Now guys, ये बेटर नहीं लग रहा. आंसर या तो इसका ए होगा या डी होगा. टेल मी गाइस, व्हाट इज द आंसर हियर? द आंसर इज डी. Now, maybe the word is fitting in there, but you need to figure out which set of words is making absolute sense. Moving on to the next question. I'm going to solve many questions in this live session. So if you are preparing for XAT examination, this session is going to help you immensely, not because you're going to get the questions solved with me, but also you will be getting the approach. If in examination you are unable to figure out how to answer the question, some tips, pointers you guys can take and figure out how to at least assume the right answer or reach closer to the right answer. Let's go to the next question. Read the following sentences carefully. I shall be there at about 9 a.m. Again, now in this question, I have to select the incorrect sentences. In the first one, which we solved, we have to select the correct sentences, the group of correct sentences. But now in this question, we have to solve, और वी हैव टू फाइंड द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ क्वेश्चन विच इज इनकरेक्ट. बहुत सिंपल वाला फंडा है. ए बी सी डी ई मैं पढ़ूंगा, अगर मुझे एक भी राइट लगता है श्योरली या एक भी रॉन्ग मिलता है, उसके हेल्प से मैं फिगर आउट कर सकता हूँ कि बाकी ऑप्शंस रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे. अगर एक सेंटेंस मुझे राइट लगता है, द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग मी टू फिगर आउट द राइट, eliminate all those options where that sentence is not there. If that sentence is incorrect, which you definitely know, and if the examiner is asking you to select the group of sentences or combination of sentences which are incorrect, and if that sentence which you think definitely is incorrect not there, eliminate those options. So try to figure out what is the answer here, guys. I shall be there at, I shall be there, I may be there at about 9 a.m. or I shall be there at about. At के बाद about कैसे आ रहा है यार? At के बाद about नहीं आएगा. I hope you guys know that in preposition at is for exact place and location or time. At, about is approximation, but at is not used for approximation. It is always for spot on information. तो यार ये A जो है, A जो sentence है वो incorrect है. तो जिस अब उसने मुझे क्या बोला है कि incorrect चीजें ढूंढूं, तो जिस सेंटेंस में भाई ए नहीं है वो चले जाएगा. ये वाला ऑप्शन गया, ये गया, ये गया। तो या तो मेरा आंसर ऑप्शन बी है, या तो मेरा ऑप्शन आंसर ई है। आई होप यू गाइज आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हाउ आई एम ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन। I should have taken this on 1 second, huh, guys. 1 second. Let me take this thing on this thing. Yeah, here it will make more sense. We were on this question. Yeah. तो हम लोगों ने क्या डिसाइड किया था, हम लोगों ने क्या पता किया था यार, कि आंसर या तो मेरा, यार अगर ए मेरा इनकरेक्ट है, एट के साथ अबाउट नहीं जाएगा। अगर एट के साथ अबाउट नहीं जाएगा तो डेफिनेटली या तो मेरा आंसर, आई हैव टू फिगर आउट द इनकरेक्ट वन। सो ये मेरा आंसर नहीं है, ये नहीं है, ये नहीं है, क्योंकि ए जो है वो इनकरेक्ट है। तो ए इस वाले ऑप्शन में यानी कि ऑप्शन बी, और ए इस वाले ऑप्शन में यानी कि ऑप्शन ई। अब बी या ई में से एक आंसर है। तो ऑल आई हैव टू फिगर आउट वेदर बी इज इनकरेक्ट और नॉट, और ई इज इनकरेक्ट और नॉट। Keep off the grass, keep off the grass. Okay, keep off the grass, keep off the grass. क्या आंसर होगा गाइस? गाइस एक सिंपल सा फंडा है। कीप ऑफ, ऑफ ये प्रेपोजिशन पे है, ऑफ दैट इज स्टे अवे। ऑफ इज फॉर स्टे अवे। ऑफ दिखाता है आपका रिलेशन। O single F shows the relation. O double F means stay away. Keep off the grass is the complete sentence. So option B is also incorrect. Answer यहाँ पे option B होगा. क्यों? Because A and B both are incorrect and I have to figure out the incorrect one. I'm trying to give you grammatical explanation in some questions, but here I'm trying to give you the approach that how you can use option and reach closer to the answer. But many students prefer the answers with the explanation, so I'm trying to do that. But I want to tell you that guys, do not try to do anything fancy at the end moment. Let's go with the next question. अब इसमें भी मुझे वही करना है, focus on the same approach and figure out what the answer is, guys. I give you 1 minute to figure the answer out. Not 1 minute, but few seconds to figure the answer out. Read the sentence, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to read the sentence, you're going to read the sentence, you're going to understand the meaning of the sentence, and after understanding the meaning of the sentence, you will try to figure out कि भाई कौन सा word बैठेगा grammatically and also contextually. Context में बैठ रहा है, sensible बन रहा है, तो वही आंसर आपका होगा. So let's get started. I give you some time. Try to figure out what is the answer here. 1 second, guys. How many questions I have solved? My bad. Please try to find the answer here. Dash like a fake can be a sign of dash, and clinging too tightly to what feels like one's authentic self can dash that growth. Okay. Feeling like a fake can be a sign of growth, and clinging too tightly to what feels like one's authentic self can hinder that growth. आंसर यही लग रहा है गाइस। यहाँ पे ना पता है मजे वाली बात क्या है, कि ग्रामर से ज्यादा ना आप लोगों को कॉन्टेक्स्ट समझना है, मीनिंग समझना है। यहाँ पे ए आंसर होगा, बी नहीं होगा, माय बैड। यहाँ पे जो मेरा आंसर होगा वो होगा ऑप्शन ए। वो क्या बोल रहा है, अंडरस्टैंड dash like a fake, feeling like a fake, understand the meaning of the sentence can be a sign of growth. That means you feel that you are not authentic, you're not original. So it's a sign of growth that you are trying to make yourself better, original. And clinging too tightly to what feels like one's authentic self can hinder that growth. Or agar aap, if you feel that you know everything and you are the original, you do not try to change yourself, you do not try to upgrade yourself, that is going to be a hindrance to your growth. So that is the answer. But anyway, ए इज द आंसर। मुझे बाकी options पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. I'm trying to give you the approach. I hope you guys are getting it. In these kind of questions, more than grammar, you need to understand the context of the sentence. Unfortunately, many times students try to focus on just the grammar. Yes, there are questions where grammatically correct words are also there, but then you need to understand the context of the sentence. Let's go on to the next question, guys. Read the following statement. This is my favorite, parajumble. ठीक है, पैराजंबल जो है वो मेरा फेवरेट है. हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. सिंपल सा फंडा है. हाउ टू अप्रोच पैराजंबल. ऑफ कोर्स ऑड वन आउट पे मेरा एक बहुत पुराना वीडियो है जिसके बहुत जबरदस्त व्यूज हैं. यू गाइस कैन सिंपली गो ऑन टू आस्क एमबीए यूट्यूब चैनल एंड टाइप इट ऑड वन आउट और पैराजंबल. You'll be getting 2 or 3 videos or explanative videos on both the topics, and trust me, they're going to be great. And after watching those videos, you won't be requiring any video. I assure you that. Just try it once. There is one video, odd one out, which I've made in 2020 in the lockdown, and trust me, still people watch that video and get odd one out 100% accurate in the CAT exam. If you don't trust me, go ahead and watch that video. You will share the feeling. Anyway, अब पैरा जंबल में सॉल्व करने का एक सिंपल सा तरीका क्या है कि फर्स्ट वी विल रीड द लास्ट सेंटेंस फर्स्ट. मतलब हम पहले ई से पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे. हम ई पढ़ेंगे, डी पढ़ेंगे, हम सी पढ़ेंगे, हम बी पढ़ेंगे और फिर हम ए पढ़ेंगे. Why? Because the examiner got a nasty habit of hiding the main context of the parajumble in the last few sentences. मैं आपको यहाँ पे पैराजंबल सॉल्व करने के 2 अप्रोच बताऊंगा. पहला ये कि वो जानबूझ के ना पैराजंबल का जो मेन कॉन्टेक्स्ट है वो लास्ट के कुछ 1-2 लाइन में छुपा के रखता है. एंड बाय द टाइम वी आर रीचिंग देयर, we are already confused. We are thinking about what context and what information we have understood and read in the first few sentences, and that is why we get confused in aligning the sentence into a sequence. Why? Because we do not understand that what is the main context of the jumbled paragraph. So always try to read it from the back. Okay, तो कैसे पढ़ेंगे. Things started to change once again around a decade ago when Amazon began selling some of its spare server capacity. They mostly ran on chips made by IBM and HP, the big tech of the day. These were supplemented by processors from Intel, which by the mid 2000s translated its dominance of PC semiconductors into a near monopoly of the server market. Rooms and servers began to replace computer mainframes in the 1990s. Back then, they were owned by companies and installed on their premises. Now, guys, here we are not talking about what Amazon is doing. We are talking about the tech that was used in Amazon. So do not get confused that that is the such starting thing that कि यहाँ पे हम tech की बात कर रहे हैं. हम बात कर रहे हैं कि कैसे things at organizations worked in terms of tech, systems, ROM, servers, whatnot. Now, try to figure out if once you have understood the main topic, firstly, read it from the backwards, read it the last line first. Try to understand the meaning of the main idea of the jumbled paragraph and find a pair. एक जोड़ा ढूंढो कि कौन सा सेंटेंस किसके बाद आएगा. ए के बाद बी आएगा, बी के बाद डी आएगा, सी के बाद ई आएगा. I'm just giving you an example. Let's say if you get a pair. अगर मुझे पता चल जाता है कि एक पेड़ है, समझो मैं अगर यहाँ पे एक आंसर मैं आपको एक क्लू दे देता हूँ. ठीक है, यहाँ पे जो आंसर है वो है मेरा आंसर. तो खैर बात की बात है, बट एक कॉम्बिनेशन बता देता हूँ आपको. यहाँ पे कॉम्बिनेशन है डी एंड सी, यानी कि डी और सी. डी के बाद डेफिनेटली सी आएगा. दैट मीन्स डी एंड सी इज अ पेयर. डी, they mostly ran on chips made by IBM and HP, the big tech of the day. These were supplemented by processors from Intel. किसकी बात कर रहा है? चिप्स की, जो मेड थे आईबीएम और एचपी से, और कौन किससे सप्लीमेंटेड हुए? प्रोसेसर बाय इंटेल. एंड दीज इज द प्रोनाउन यूज्ड फॉर आईबीएम एंड एचपी. तो डी के बाद सी आएगा, राइट. अब डी और सी अगर साथ में है तो कितने ऑप्शंस में डी सी है? इसमें है, इसमें है, इसमें है. So these two options are eliminated. I'm just trying to give you a way how to solve para jumble if options are there. CAT exam में तो यार para jumble में options होते ही नहीं है, so it becomes a little challenging. Of course, I didn't go live and taught for para jumble when CAT examination is was there. It's my bad. I should have done that, but I'm rectifying my error now for that examination. I'm teaching you online. at this point in time, because and I was not supposed to go online today. Why? Because I thought, okay, let me go tomorrow. But then, of course, only a few days are remaining. And tomorrow also, I'll try to go live, try to give you ideas, basic pointers, and we will have a discussion. If you are preparing for the XAT examination a night before XAT exam, what all you must be doing. Tomorrow we will be doing that. So guys, एक पेयर मिल गया मुझे, डी और सी इज अ पेयर. तो अब यार डी सी, अब पता है एक और चीज है. अब आप ये देखो कि यार इनमें से कौन से वो दो ऑप्शन है जो बहुत ही ज्यादा सिमिलर है. While giving you a parajumble question, the examiner, Indian examiner, is trying to confuse you. So what examiner is going to do? Examiner is going to give you an option which is very similar to the answer. That means those pairs or that combination is going to be there. I show you here in an example, with an example. यहाँ पे DC है, ठीक है. अब आप देखो इधर, इधर बी ए कॉम्बिनेशन है और इधर भी बी ए कॉम्बिनेशन है. तो यहाँ पे दो पेयर है, डी सी बी ए. सो ये दो ऑप्शन है, ये सबसे ज्यादा सिमिलर है. तो 100% आंसर इन दोनों में से एक है. आंसर इज सी हियर गाइस, सी. बी ए डी सी ई. द आंसर इज बी ए डी सी ई. फिर से लिख देता हूं. दिस इज द आंसर. बी ए डी सी ई. दिस इज द आंसर. So I've given you the approach. Firstly, you will be reading the sentences from the backward. Try to understand the main context, if that is one approach, and find a pair and figure out from the options. The second is, आपने सारे ऑप्शन पढ़ लिए, देखो कि कौन से वो दो ऑप्शन है जो सबसे ज्यादा सिमिलर हैं. 99% आंसर उन्हीं में से ही होता है. अब अगर मैं देखता हूं तो सी और डी ऑप्शन सबसे ज्यादा कॉमन था. क्यों? क्योंकि डी सी एक पेयर है और बी ए. नाउ व्हाई it is that way in parajumble, and you can use this trick because the examiner is trying to give you an option that is the closest to the answer. So if you use this one simple trick, you will be closer to the answer and it will be easier for you to get the answer. Or maybe you can modify this approach. What you can do, you can try to figure out those two options or three options where the answer is quite similar. Read it in that combination. मतलब बी ए डी सी ई, पहले बी पढ़ोगे, ए पढ़ोगे, डी सी ई, फिर उसके बाद ई डी सी बी ए, मतलब ई डी सी बी ए पढ़ोगे. एंड देन आस्क योरसेल्फ, यू विल बी आस्किंग योरसेल्फ व्हिच कॉम्बिनेशन इज मेकिंग मोस्ट ऑफ द सेंस. And then trust me, your gut will tell you that yes, this combination or whatever combination is more suitable for any person to read and understand what is happening. Because of course थोड़ी बहुत तो अंग्रेजी आपने पढ़ी हुई है. Moving on to the next question, guys. Read the following paragraph and answer the question that follows. Now I give you some time to read this paragraph, okay? And then this is the paragraph. Okay, let me tell you. This is the paragraph. Try to read it. I'm replying to your chats, guys. Okay, let's read it. You may accumulate a vast amount of knowledge, but it will be far of far less value to you than a much smaller amount if you have not thought it over for yourself. Because only through ordering what you know by comparing every truth with every other truth can you take complete possession of your knowledge and get it into your power, or into your power. That's the word. Now, कैसे होगा? You may accumulate a vast amount of knowledge, but it will be of far less value to you than a much smaller amount if you have not thought it over for yourself. ये क्या कह रहा है? It's quite philosophical. What it means is that तुम चाहे जितना मर्जी knowledge ले लो, लेकिन अगर लेकिन उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं होगी एज कम्पेयर टू अ स्मॉलर अमाउंट. वाई? बिकॉज अगर तुमने उसके लिए खुद के लिए सोचा नहीं, अगर खुद से नहीं सोचा इस बारे में, बिकॉज ओनली थ्रू ऑर्डरिंग व्हाट यू नो बाय comparing every truth with every other truth can you take complete possession of your knowledge and get it into your power. That means whatever knowledge you have gained, you need to think about it, you have to compare it with things, and if you do not do that, you won't be, that knowledge is not that great, or it is very less as compared to a smaller power, no matter how much knowledge you have gained. So after getting this, firstly guys, understand you do not have to get into the depth of it. ठीक है, तुम्हें कोई थीसिस नहीं लिखनी इस सेंटेंस पे, तुम्हें सिर्फ एक ओवरऑल आइडिया समझ में आना चाहिए. 30 से 40% अगर आइडिया अगर आ गया इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन में, वेयर अ पैराग्राफ, अ स्मॉल पैराग्राफ इज देयर एंड यू गेट द आइडिया, 30 से 40% आइडिया आ गया, बाकी चीजें मुझे ऑप्शन से मिल जाएंगी. 30% से ऊपर अगर मुझे पैराग्राफ की अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ जाती है तो बाकी काम मेरा ऑप्शन से हो जाता है. इफ शी वॉन्ट्स टू मास्टर नॉलेज शी मस्ट रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द इंफॉर्मेशन. If she is a master of knowledge, it is because she is reflector of information. If she reflects on the information, she will master the knowledge. If she has not mastered knowledge, she must have not reflected on information. If she has mastered the knowledge, she might have reflected on the information. कभी कभी पता है क्या होता है guys, maybe you are unable to understand what these lines are trying to inform you. Just by looking at the options, still you can figure out what it is. And after now going through these questions, you guys can understand that why that examination verbal is considered to be a quite tricky one. Why? Because they are going to give you a very philosophical things. They are not going to give you a story or a process. They're going to give you a very philosophical way of presenting information. If she wants to master knowledge, she must reflect on the information. That is the answer, guys. Simple सा फंडा है कि वो अगर बाकी जो ऑप्शंस है वो आपको कमा रहे हैं. If she wants to master the knowledge, मतलब आपके पास जितनी भी नॉलेज है तब उसकी वैल्यू होगी, तब उसको मास्टर करोगे जब आप उस पर रिफ्लेक्ट करोगे. दैट इज व्हाट दिस ऑप्शन ए इज सेइंग. ऑप्शन ए इज द आंसर. फिर आप सोचोगे कि सर फिर ऑप्शन बी क्यों नहीं है. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट व्हाई ऑप्शन बी इज नॉट द आंसर. इफ शी इज अ मास्टर ऑफ नॉलेज, इट इज बिकॉज शी इज अ रिफ्लेक्टर ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. यस, इट इज अ प्रूफ कि हाँ अगर कोई आदमी है मास्टर तो क्यों. लेकिन यहाँ पे हम लोग प्रूफ की बात नहीं कर रहे, हम लोग पैराग्राफ में किसकी बात कर रहे हैं. इफ इन केस यू वांट टू हैव, if you want to be the if you want to be the master, or if you want to possess the knowledge in the true sense, it is not that if you have done it then you have true sense. that ये जो चीज है ये नहीं होती. ठीक है, समझ में आ रही है बात. बी आंसर नहीं होगा. इफ शी रिफ्लेक्ट्स she will master the knowledge. If she reflects on the information, she will master the knowledge. Firstly, if she, it is the desire to master the knowledge, and then it is the condition that you need to reflect it on yourself. So A is better than, A जो है वही चीज C में है लेकिन घुमा के, but A is better. If she has not mastered the knowledge, definitely D और E तो मेरे आंसर होंगे ही नहीं. एक और चीज मैं तुम्हें इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन में ट्रिक देता हूं. अब देखो, ऑप्शन ए, कौन से ऐसे दो ऑप्शन है जो सिर्फ घुमा फिरा के एक ही बात कर रहे हैं. ऑप्शन ए और ऑप्शन सी देखो. इफ शी वांट्स टू मास्टर द नॉलेज शी मस्ट रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द इंफॉर्मेशन. सी सेज व्हाट, इफ शी रिफ्लेक्ट्स ऑन द इंफॉर्मेशन शी विल मास्टर द नॉलेज. क्रॉस है ना, उल्टा, मतलब घुमा रहा है, मतलब इन दोनों में से एक आंसर होगा. रिमेंबर, जस्ट लाइक पैराजंबल, in these kind of questions also the examiner will give you a twisted answer closest to the answer in a very opposite way. Closest but twisted. I hope you guys are getting what I'm trying to explain here. Try to figure the answer of this question, guys. Guys, see, understand, I cannot teach you verbal in few hours. वो possible नहीं है. Now, what all I can do is if you have studied for the verbal section or you have studied for the exact examination and the verbal section, मैं आज सिर्फ उसको थोड़ा सा ना define कर सकता हूँ. I can add to your knowledge. I can give you certain pointers to increase your score or better your accuracy. Maybe somewhere you're getting stuck and you do not know what needs to be done next, maybe because of that point where you're getting stuck. So if you focus on these pointers in these specific kind of questions, and for every specific kind of question, I'm giving you an approach, and also not the approach, a trick or a way to reach closer to the answer. But then again, guys, a trick or the way which I'm explaining it to you in this life can only get you closer to the answer. It cannot get you the answer. Still, you have to use the brain, you have to understand the comprehension, and that's how it's to be done. Let's get done with this question, guys. Okay, here the answer is option C. I won't waste your time more. Why? Because I have selected many questions. Let's say this is option A, this is option B, this is C, this is D and E. So here the answer is option C. Option C जो है वो मेरा आंसर है. While fear is perceived as negative, it can be a force for good. Fear is the greatest motivator of all time. Conflict born of fear is behind our every action, driving us forward like the cogs of a clock. Fear is desire's dark dress. It's doppelganger. Doppelganger का मतलब क्या होता है, guys? Come on, tell me. What do you mean by doppelganger? It means a similar thing, a fake similar thing. It is like same but a fake or similar doppelganger. Love and dread are brothers, says Julian of Norwich. As desire is wanting and fear is not wanting, they become inexorably linked. Just as desire can be destructive, the desire for power, fear can be constructive. Fear of hurting another, fear of poverty becomes a desire for wealth. Quite deep. Have you noticed, guys, in that examinations verbal, and this is PYQ, yes, previous year question, they have given you a very philosophical situation or they have given you a very philosophical paragraph. You need to not just understand the context, but you need to understand what deeply it portrays. And if you are unable to do that, you cannot get the right answer. Fear paves the way to positive transformation when paired with desire. ठीक है, ये right है, ये लग रहा है, ये better है. The interplay of fear and desire helps in guiding one's action. B नहीं यार, B better नहीं लग रहा. B जो है वो A से better नहीं है. Look at the context. A लग रहा है better. C बता चुका हूँ मैं आंसर, but I'm just trying to give you the approach. While fear is perceived as negative, it can be force for good. Yes, fear is powerful motivator, but that leads to extraordinary achievement. Okay, this is also better, but we are not talking about extraordinary achievement. So ठीक है, जो भी है, a positive action generally has a foundation of fear underneath. So either the answer is A, C, D or E. अब ये चारों ऑप्शन अच्छे लग रहे हैं, but the answer is C. I want you guys to do some self speculation. I want you to introspect and figure out that why C is the answer. Okay, moving on. Now, in these kind of questions, if these kind of questions could be asked in that exam, you will be given two paragraphs. And then based on those two paragraphs, you have to answer the question. Paragraph one is there, paragraph two is there. Which of the following best describes the relationship of the first paragraph with the second paragraph? That what is there. First paragraph और second paragraph का relationship कैसे होगा वो describe करना है best तरीके से. I give you some time to go through it on your own. And then I will explain, of course. Okay, let's understand. Paragraph one. एक सेकेंड ना गाइस. ठीक है. I need to cancel the questions जो मैंने solve कर दिए. पैराग्राफ 1 बता रहा है, here are some handy rules of thumb. Anyone who calls himself a thought leader is to be avoided. A man who does not wear socks cannot be trusted. And a company that holds an employee appreciation day does not appreciate its employees. What do you mean by this? It's quite funny, right? वो क्या बोल रहा है कि यार अगर if you need a special day to do something, that means you do not do that thing usually. Simple सा फंडा है. In India, we never had Father's Day, Sister's Day, Mother Day, Falana Day, Dhamkana Day. अब सब है. Now we have Father Day, Mother Day, Sister Day, Brother Day, Girlfriend Day, Boyfriend Day, Neighbor Day, Watchman Day, I don't know what all day. All these activities are made by the marketing companies to push the sales because these are used as a gimmick for people to spend money, to make you guys spend, buy stuff for others. इंडिया में जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि माँ बाप साथ में रहते हैं, इतना साथ में रहते, इतना पास में रहते कि कभी कभी तकलीफ हो जाती है, उनसे डांट पड़ती है. सो यू डू नॉट नीड अ स्पेशल डे टू सेलिब्रेट and be with them. Why? Because you celebrate your relationship with your parents every day. If you stay with your parents, I stay with my parents. I'm sure you do too. Most of the people they do stay. If you are in a hostel, that's a different story altogether. And I feel sad for you. You miss something unimaginable. Anyway, here are some handy rules of thumb. Anyone who calls themselves a thought leader is to be avoided. A man who does not wear socks cannot be trusted. And a company that holds an employee appreciation day does not appreciate its employee. सीधी बात बोल रहा है कि यार अगर कोई चीज के लिए तुम स्पेशल डे रख रहे हो तो यूजुअली तो वो चीजें नहीं करते. ठीक है. मेरे घर पे स्पेशल है, आज जलेबी बनी है, तो रोज जलेबी नहीं बनती. समझ में आ रही है चीज? इट इज नॉट जस्ट दैट द मैसेज, दैट इज पैराग्राफ 1. पैराग्राफ 2, इट इज नॉट जस्ट दैट द मैसेज सेंड बाय एक्नॉलेजिंग स्टाफ फॉर नॉट फॉर 1 out of 260 odd working days is a bit of a giveaway. There isn't a love your spouse day for the same reason. It is also that the ideas are usually so tragically unappreciative. You have worked hard all year, so you get a slice of cold pizza or a rock stamp with the words "You rock." It is not just that the message sent by acknowledging staff for 1 out of 260 odd working days is a bit of a giveaway. There isn't a love your spouse day for the same reason. नाउ व्हाट इट मीन्स कि यार तुम पूरे साल कुछ करते हो या नहीं करते हो और एक दिन कुछ स्पेशल करके वो चीज को तुम जस्टिफाई नहीं कर देते. एंड दे हैव गिवन यू एन एग्जांपल. देयर इजंट अ लव योर स्पाउस डे बिकॉज यू लव योर स्पाउस एवरी डे. यू आर सपोज टू लव योर स्पाउस एवरी डे. आई होप यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू मीन बाय स्पाउस. जैट का एग्जाम देने जा रहे हो खुदा के लिए. For the same reason, it is also that the ideas are usually so tragically unappreciative. You have worked hard all year, so so you get a slice of cold pizza or a rock stamp with the words "you rock." That means you might get a trophy where it is mentioned that wow, you are a great person and whatnot, or you might get a pizza. And of course, these questions are taken from the American or Australian or British authors, or not Indian people. Why? Because we in India do not get pizzas by our employers for appreciation. What we get? Hmm. हम लोग को क्या मिलता है? Jalebi samosa. We don't get pizzas, okay? I'm just kidding. So now you have understood what exactly it is. So now you have to figure out which of the following best describes the relationship of the first paragraph with the second paragraph. मुझे relationship ढूंढना है. What are these are the options? The first paragraph is humorous while the second paragraph is sarcastic. Definitely तो ये तो नहीं है. Now पहले वाला humorous है ना दूसरा वाला sarcastic है. The first paragraph evokes interest. The second paragraph elaborates. Yes. पहला उसको बताता है कुछ चीज बता रहा है उसके बारे में elaborate second वाला कर रहा है. The second paragraph gives evidence to the claim made by the first paragraph. Okay, this is also good. The first paragraph is redundant in the presence of the second paragraph. Both the things are little different, so this is not my answer. First and fourth is not my answer. Without the second paragraph, the first paragraph is meaningless. Definitely not. First paragraph is also as sensible and meaningful the way the second paragraph is. So maybe the answer is option B or option C. What is the answer, guys? Well, the answer is option B. Moving on. Now here I am giving you a passage. I'm trying to cover as many questions I can. Why? Because tomorrow I won't be teaching. I will be giving you tips and ideas how to approach the examination. Or if you have joined this live session now, I know very few people are watching it. Why? Because anyway, number of students who attempt that examination is less. Plus, we are not that much active on social platforms at Ask MBA the way we should have. But I'm happy at least 2 to 3 students are watching. And for you guys, it is all worth it. एक बंदा भी देखेगा या बंदी देखेगी, it's all worth it. So let's go ahead with it. Please figure out what is the answer here. It is quite simple and is straightforward. You have to find the answer that summarizes the above passage in the best way possible. I give you the clue straight away. From the options after reading the paragraph, figure out those two options which are quite similar or identical in terms of giving you the information. Those two options which are almost similar, out of those two options answer is going to be there. Now why examiner is doing that? Because examiner is trying to confuse you. Examiner doesn't want you guys to get walk in the park. Try to figure out what is the answer here, guys. Let me fetch water for myself. Let me drink water. Please go ahead and try to solve this. I will give you the answer in just 1 minute. Okay, G. That's how life plays out for all of us. We lose some like sports person. We too pack our gear and go to work. But unlike them, the gaze of the world is not upon us. Most of us do our business in anonymity. Very few of us are emotionally wired to the outcomes of our day jobs. We don't come back feeling like winners or losers. As sports fans, we can summon empathy for those who stretch their bodies and minds to the limit in the pursuit of athletic excellence and provide such joys in the process, but we will never experience the highs that are their reward, and we will never know the depth of their lows, which are their burden. It's quite fancy, it's quite beautiful, and what a writing it is. Everyone wants to have a legacy or the appreciation like a winner. But I want to tell you, the higher you achieve, the stronger it hurts. Yes, it is good to be on the top, but to be on the top, you have to always face criticism. You have to sacrifice to be on the top every day. That rent is paid every day. But we will never appreciate the highs, and that are their rewards. And we will still, no one will never know better than Rohit and Dravid that it's already a new day. They might never be a World Cup win for them, but there are loved ones to go to. Life awaits still. Now, they have taken this context and example from the sport and also the sport cricket. Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid. I hope these are the two players they have taken the context from. So, what is the answer, guys? Tell me. एक सेकेंड ना, ये मेरा ऑप्शन ए है, ऑप्शन ए, ऑप्शन बी, सी, डी, ई. क्या है आंसर? The answer is option E, guys. Just because we enjoy sports does not mean we understand the sports person. Just because you enjoy somebody making the money, you do not understand. It doesn't mean that you understand how to make the money. That's the answer, guys. E. Read the following passage and answer the questions that follows. How do we choose one discovery over the any other? So now here is the question. It is odd. So this is the context. Okay, ये इसने आपको context दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे. I'll put it here. And this is the question, and these are the option. Option A, B, C, D, and option E. What is the answer here, guys? Okay, let me give you the answer. Okay, I shouldn't be giving you the answer. I want you guys to try it on your own, and then we should do it. We move forward. Here again, the answer is option E. Okay, let's do this way. Answer is option E. Why you guys do not try to figure out why the answer is E? Let's go another way around because I want to solve two more questions. Actually, I've got five more questions for you to be solved or to be done online, but I guess it will be too long as a video and too much to be practiced anyway. So E is the answer here. Okay, let's move on to the next question because I want to take this question. These are the type of question which are dreaded in XAT examination. People are scared of these kind of examination, this kind of question. Why? Because it's a poem. They're going to give you a poem and they want you to read, understand, and answer the question. In the darkened room, a woman cannot find a reflection in the mirror. Waiting as usual at the edge of sleep, in her hands she holds the oil lamp, whose drunken yellow flames know where her lonely body hides. Now, don't you think if in the darkened room a woman cannot find a reflection in the mirror, she is not able to find a reflection in the mirror, but then at the same time, she is also holding an oil lamp. Drunken yellow flames, that means flames are the yellow flame is coming from that oil lamp, but that is lazy, lazy, drunken. I hope you guys are able to imagine the scenario presented by the writer in these lines. Know where her lonely body hides. Which of the following statement best conveys the theme of the poem? Poem, poem हम इंडियंस का वर्ड हो गया poem. थीम क्या है भाई इसकी थीम क्या है थीम का मतलब क्या होता है what you mean by theme theme is around something that revolves maybe you guys are going for a party and the theme is freedom struggle so you guys are dressed like a freedom fighters maybe you're going to a party where the theme is beach attire swimsuits whatnot. I hope you guys are getting my point. So, theme is something around which everything revolves. So, what it revolves around? What is the answer here? The poem revolves around a woman whose liberty has been throttled. Throttle means controlled. The poem explores the quality of life of a woman. Definitely, quality of life of the woman तो नहीं है. Let's do it another way. Eliminate करते हैं ये option A, option B, C, D, E. तो option B is not my answer. The poem revolves around the woman's feeling of alienation. What do you mean by alienation? That means she's alone. Could be, could be. So A सही लग रहा है, C लग रहा है सही. The poem laments the suffering and frustration of a woman. हो सकता है, but still A and C are better than D. The woman celebrates the woman futile and meaningless like ये तो बकवास है. It's not celebrating that thing. So either the answer is A or option C. And answer is option A. Here the answer is option A. Let's try to solve this question. Okay, I have more questions, I guess. Yeah, so I guess this was the last question. I deleted rest of the questions because the session was going too long. I hope, let me stop the share. Okay. I hope this video or this session video, I'm saying, live session has given you an idea how to approach questions in that examination. Not only we solve the questions like poem, we solve the paragraph type of question, fill in the blanks type of question, grammatical question, parajumble also we solve. And of course, I didn't give you each and everything in depth. Why? Because it's impossible and it is impossible to understand the sense. But I've tried to give you an approach. I've tried to give you an idea how to approach a particular question in the XAT examination. And I sincerely hope that this live session is going to give you an idea. Plus, it's going to really help you to score better on the day of XAT examination. Wish you all the best, and I hope you rock in the examination. Let's call it a day, guys. Thank you.